guys, Baxter here, also known as CloudBax, and today, your eyes do not deceive you. We have a microphone. Dad does a lot of singing. He's a really great singer, by the way, and we just had this microphone lying around. Well, not lying around, he uses it a lot, but we just decided that when he's not using it, I will for my YouTube videos. So, don't you think the audio is pretty good now? I mean, but, yeah, you read the title, you know what we're talking about, school stories, let's just jump right in. First grade. There was this kid called, fake name, Maria, she was a girl. She pretended to be a fairy a lot. We'd play in the playground, and round about then, I was pretty into a game. I don't know if you've heard it or not, but I played it a lot, and when she pretended to be a fairy, I pretended to be an Archean. So, yeah. She thought I was evil. So, that day, I got home, and I said, Mom, this kid at school thinks I'm evil. And give some context, there was this really, really mean kid a couple weeks ago who kept annoying me, so I pushed him slightly. So, remember that knowledge. A few weeks ahead, I came back from that day, and I said, Mom, this kid thinks I'm evil, and then she said,
Well, you've been kind of hitting kids, so maybe you are.
What? I was just like, okay, first off, I pushed him because he was being rude. Second, if I was evil, do you think I would hit someone? I'd punch them. I'd disintegrate ray them. I'd blow up their house. You can't just expect an evil person to be like, haha, I am evil. Oh no, I am good. Suck it, loser. You can't expect that. I think I was more offended that Mum thought evil people would just hit you instead of doing something evil than the fact that my own mother called me evil for pushing an annoying kid. Next school story happened this year, pretty recently. It was about these things called the Aspire Awards, and they happen on Sports Day. So I was just not at school. Sports Day. Sure, I like sports, but you can't expect me to come to school when there's like a dedicated day of school, and Dad's like, "You want to stay home? Hell yeah." So I didn't go. But since Dad drives the school bus, I was there in the afternoon. So I got to watch the Aspire Awards, and they were saying 2 people had won for the first time in history, and I was just like, hey, that's pretty good. So I was pretty impressed. I was just waiting to hear who won. I predicted my friend, we'll just think of a quick name, Josh, won. But I had no idea who the other person was. I thought my friend Josh won. That's not his real name. And they got the envelope. They opened it up. They pulled out the name. And through the microphone, they said my name. And I was just like, what? Haha, just kidding. I'm a loser. I didn't win. Josh did. So, the other kid was this other kid. We'll just think of another fake name. Ponytail. We'll just call her Ponytail, because she always wore a ponytail. Still does. I'm just kidding. I didn't win. That was just a joke so I could use that sound again. What? That's just like top-notch editing. But yeah, so I didn't win, but literally, when I was on the bus after, I was just like, ha! Losers! I don't need your one-of-a-kind, extremely expensive, no other place in the world, extremely exclusive medal. I've got a Nintendo Switch. Yeah, I got a Nintendo Switch a few days before. Don't believe me? Here's proof. Yes, I have Mario Maker. So, yeah, that's the story of the Aspire Award. It was pretty funny. It kind of clickbaited you guys for a second. That was just. Next story I'm gonna tell is in grade 2. And it kind of makes me sad because it proves I wasn't responsible for the funniest moment in all of my class's history. Which is upsetting, but fair because this was hilarious. So there was this kid, will come up with a fake name. Hermione Granger. I mean, I just watched Harry Potter last night and I couldn't care less. I just wanted to think of a quick name, so I just chose Hermione Granger because I watched Harry Potter last night. Okay, so, in grade 2, we had this teacher who was my favorite teacher ever. I'm sorry, but he was very nice. And he gave us some math work, and he promised us free time after. But what he didn't tell us until halfway through the test, if you don't finish your test, you don't get free time. First of all, why wouldn't we finish our tests? As if we could just be like, oh, well, that's like, tests aren't dinner. You can't just stop eating whenever you are full. You have to finish. But Hermione decided to say, oh, what? But that's just not cool. Everyone had ear-splitting laughter. It was so loud. Everyone in the class was just like, ha 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 ha. I was just like, I managed to keep myself kinda composed, but everyone was just bursting out laughing. Oh, I just thought of another great school story off the top of my head. Okay, so, this is also in grade 2 with the same teacher. It was on, like, a completely different term. We were learning about multiplication, and he told us anything times 1 is itself, and anything times 0 equals 0, obviously. But when he's told us anything times 0 equals 0... Sorry, I just drank some soft drink. I'm really burpy. He made us all stand on the class desks, dance around, and chant, anything times 0 equals 0. Anything times 0 equals 0. And he did the same with anything times 1 equals 1. Or equals itself, not 0. What kind of a math is that? What kind of a grammar is that? Oh my god, what is wrong with me? Oh my god. He just made us stand on the desks and chant, anything times 0 equals 0. Some of the music kids were so into it as well. Gotta say, not a music kid, but I was into it because it wasn't sane. So, the next story isn't exactly appropriate. I don't mean like in underpants or something, I mean there was swearing involved. So, my mum had a job interview, and she was super stressed out. She was always on the phone, and she kept swearing a lot, but since I was only like maybe 6, I was probably 6, every time she said the infamous line, excuse my French. But then, on the first day of school, the teacher asked, does anybody know any French? And, well, I think you know where this goes. Fuck!